So here we are for this, to begin the second half of the 952 Formulalympics season. We are going to be around the European oval track, a very simple 4-kilometer oval track, which will also have the F2 drivers taking part. Now the question is, who's going to take the gold medal to kick off the second half of the season? Well, let's get into qualifying session to find out. So here we are for the oval race around Durkach, I think it's called. Basically this is going to be the Olympic oval race. So we're going on board with for the first F2 driver to come out, and that is Dennis Poor. And here comes Dennis Poor to come across the line, and it's going to be a time of 52.6 seconds. Now, that's a very fast time there. But how does that compare to everyone else? 54 from Willie Heeks, so nearly 2 seconds slower, but Luigi Villaressi goes 2/10 faster, and Maurice Trintignant on his return to the F2 race goes 0.04 of a second faster than the current championship leader of Villaressi. So a pretty impressive return for Trintignant. Now Sam Hanks going one better, 0.3 faster, 52.1 seconds. And now Andre Simon's now gone the fastest, 52.0, and Jim McGrath will go third, Tarufi third, so we're just missing 2 drivers as we stay on board. Dennis Poor, he come across the line, 52.669, so he improves his time, but he is still 7th at the moment. So here's our current leader of this race so far, Andre Simon. Luigi Villaressi now improves his time, but he stays in 5th place. Look at that, so Villaressi's 5th, Trintignant's now down to 6th, Hans Stuck, interestingly, he's gone into 7th for West Germany, and oh, now we've had a big crash there. That was Alan Brown. What on earth is, oh, look at that. Now we can see the rear wing of Hans Stuck is completely mangled after that impact. What on earth was that driving there from Alan Brown? We're watching on, and now Luigi Villaressi sets the fastest time by 0.02 of a second. Andrew Simon doesn't seem to have any slipstream, which means he might not be able to pull a faster time than Villaressi's 52.079. And now Hans Stuck is going to 4th place position. And that's a very impressive showing from the West Germany, because West Germany have been consistently the slowest in the races and qualifying through all the other places. But here's Hans Stuck making his way into 4th position for West Germany, and he's slipstreaming off the current pole set, so that's Piero Tarufi. As he's coming across the last corner. Now what is Trintignant's time and Stuck's time for that matter going to be? Hans Stuck's not going to improve. Trintignant does improve, he now goes into 3rd and pushes Hans Stuck down to 5th, but Hans Stuck last time outside the 52 second mark. Now Sam Hanks improves his time in 3rd, 52.156. So the top 8 drivers separate by 0.3 of a second. Dennis Poor, 52.669, so he's 0.3 slower than his teammate. Oh! That was nearly a collision with Luigi Villaressi. Dennis Poor, that was very poor indeed. So now got Andrew Simon, the last driver to post his time. I mean, he's done an amazing job to be 2nd fastest as it is. But can he beat Villaressi? No, not quite. So that was quite a session there. So Luigi Villaressi getting pole position for the first time this season. He's qualified 2nd twice and 3rd, but he's now finally got 1st. In 2nd place is Andrew Simon, done an amazing job. 2nd time he's qualified in the top 3, so 2nd time he's getting bonus points. And Sam Hanks on his return to F2 manages to qualify 3rd, so a very good performance there. But without further ado, let's now move on to the F1 division and see what happens over there. So here we are for the F1 race around the Olympic oval. As first up Tour de Grafenried, eager to set the benchmark, is already out and ready to go. So coming into this race, we have the return of Jean Berra after his one race off. Troy Ruttman is also back after his one race off that introduces to Sam Hanks, and Paul Frere replacing the currently suspended Johnny Claes after he DNF'd after spinning his own teammate Roger Lawrence off the track. To see him chasing down, that's Ernst Klodwig from East Germany, one of the two drivers who has never qualified for a race still. And the other driver is Dries van der Loof from the Netherlands. But since I would imagine, I think we've got an incident within the pit lane. Yeah, I can see from the map someone's crashed in the pit lane. I'd like to see who that was. We'll get a replay of that once. In fact, here comes the driver coming out of the pits now. So on the benchmark for Tour de Grafenried is 49.4. But now let's get into the let's find out who crashed in the pit. Who crashed in the pit lane? So it's one of the British drivers. Was it one of the British drivers? Is that Kim Wharton that had the crash? I know I've not made it out because I was looking at the map, so I know it's definitely happened. Oh, I see what's happened here. So that's one of the Italian cars. So that's Alberto Ascari that's in trouble. Let's get an understanding. So that's... Oh, van der Loof completely rammed the championship leader. What on earth happened? Dries van der Loof was the one that got stuck after making heavy contact with the Italian. Okay. That is interesting that happened. Giuseppe Farina, 49.472, slower than the Swissman, but Jean Berra going 48.7, so he must have got some slipstream and so on, so welcome back Jean Berra. Now we got Roger Lawrence, 51.081, then Jan Flintman, 52.42, and Paul Frere, hello to Paul Frere as well, 50.954, putting him ahead of his teammate. Rob Mansell in 5th, who did play an amazing job in the Spanish race, but fate destroyed his engine, and that was the end of Robert Mansell's chance at getting his first win of the season. Meanwhile, we see Crespo at the slowest so far with 53.627. Everyone is out on the track. Klodwig 54.638, so he's 6 seconds off Berra's place. And speaking of Berra, he's gone even faster, 48.4, and Joseph from Gonzalez 40.5. Oh, excuse me. There's this guy again, the substitute of Alberto Crespo. Hopefully Ascari can improve, and no! It has gone from bad to... Ascari's gone to the wall. And Ken Wharton, 102.0295. Oh, he's had some serious damage to his car also. Oh, this is an absolute travesty there for Ascari. Into the pits he goes. Mike Hawthorne goes to 8th now, and look at this. We've got a huge train of cars. This is gonna end badly. I have a bad feeling of it. I mean, all the cars are getting slipstreams off each other. Ken Wharton staying. Okay, 3 of them going into the pits now. It's always perilous when they bunch up together. It's Tony Allman trying to get the slipstream off Wharton. Where's Allman? 16th place at the moment. And Landy and Frere in trouble. We've had an incident in the pit lane. What happened here? Okay, let's get on board with Frere. Okay. There's Chico Landy there. So he's clearly involved somehow. Oh, they go sideways. They're going... Landy's trying to go left. And Frere's trying to go right. And they touch wheels. He goes into the wall. Landy goes off the track. And then they end up off the track. That is a little bit bizarre. And Chico Landy I think he was trying to get into the pit lane, but he's on the wrong side of the wall. Oh, the speed there of Stevenson in the pit lane. I guess what Landy was trying to do is get back to the pit lane, but Paul Freire blocked his path, and well, all hell broke loose after that. Okay, Paul Freire's got his car moving again, but he will have some significant damage. He's got a badly damaged car. Ken Wharton improves his time, but he's in 15th place for the United Kingdom. And Paul Freire coming across the line. Now Chuck Stevenson's oh, now Gonzalez has had trouble as well. And it looks like, yeah, Gino Bianco caused it this time. What happened to Stevenson? There's no way it could have been the same incident. And there's his teammate Troy Ruttman next to him. Oh, when he's he's going to come out of the pit lane. Oh, my words. I like this thing what happened, but the camera. Who was that? Was that one of the British drivers? Oh, that's Mike Hawthorne. Hawthorne just sent himself and Stevenson into the moon. Coming to the pit lane at a ridiculous speed. Yeah, there he is, trying to get out of the way. No, he's trying to get out into the track, and that's that. Now, how did Landy get involved? There's Gonzalez. No, Bianco. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oh, Bianco rammed Gonzalez. Okay, see what that. Okay, that was one of the craziest moments we've probably seen in the Formulalympics this season, or maybe even ever. But either way, that is. And now Flint. Oh, Flintman's now in trouble. And this is oh, what on earth! This is chaos in the pit lane. Oh, this is just everything's happening. Go on board with a Sky because he's in. Oh, use this camera. He's involved. Okay. Now, oh, Flintman's already crashed by that point. What happened to Flintman? Who? Call him out. That's Mansell going past. Who caught out? Flinterman. That's Fritz Reese. Now what happened? Now Lawrence got involved somehow. Was this Almanos? Oh, that's Rudolf Kraus. Spun him out this. Oh my words! Just so much drama in the pit lane. I didn't think it'd be this hectic. But being an oval track, I guess anything can happen. But this is not what I expected. Now Giuseppe Farina has gone into 5th. Chuck Stevenson is completely stuck, and he's down in 7th place. Alberto Ascari's had the worst session ever. Well, he's still in dead last, which means he wouldn't qualify for this race, which would put his championship lead in jeopardy, especially since his teammate Giuseppe Farina is 5th. Absolute chaos, but it looks like he's going to improve his time quite a lot. It's exactly what he needs just to try and keep his championship lead alive. But first down to Ascari is separated by 8 seconds. Alberto Ascari does improve his time. He goes into 11th, but in a much more comfortable spot within the 110% rule. Giuseppe Farina, his teammate, is in 4th. The gap between 22nd and 21st is 0.6 of a second at the moment, and Van der Loof improves his time, goes ahead of Klodwig, but I still think that'll be enough to qualify for the race. 2.5 minutes remain, and there's a bunch of drivers getting each other's way. Now Wharton goes into the top 3, and Ascari into 10th. So Ken Wharton looks like he's going to deny Ruttman of getting bonus points. Robert Mansell improves his time now, in 7th position. They're all close together. Alberto Ascari, oh, he's 0-0 in sector 2. He might get the pole position amidst all this. Go forward with Paul Freire. Go to this camera with Paul Freire. He's sucking behind. Landy improves his time. Alberto Ascari goes to 4th, and Paul Freire going into 14th position. So Alberto Ascari gets ahead of his teammate, but just missing out on bonus points with 9 seconds left of the session to go. Fritz Ries in the top 8 now for West Germany. That's been an amazing result for him. And Paul Frere has... What on earth was... Okay, the game got... I'm guessing... whatever he did, it completely did in my CPU. I've not seen that happen before, and now Vanderloop is on fire. So Vanderloop has blown his engine in 21st. Okay, so what Vanderloop said, oh, we got hit by Bera, and then he got clipped by Ascari. Ascari got massive shunt as well, but Dries van der Loof's engine had given up on him after that. That is the end of Dries van der Loof's session. I think he's going to make, I'm pretty sure Klodwig van der Loof's going to make it 9 for 9 by failing to qualify. I can't be, I might be wrong, and now Roger Lawrence's engine's now gone. Oh dear, engine failure for Lawrence. Okay, let's find where is Lawrence here. Oh, he's getting squeezed by Paul Frere and Chico Landy. Oh no, Lawrence just lost on his own. And his engine took a hit, and yeah, that's his loss. He blew his engine. Oh! Gonzalez is falling out the map. That was a huge one, and Fritz Ries got collected in this as well. Okay, we'll go aboard with Ries. We'll go this camera. There, so he should be in the distance. There's Gonzalez off to the sunset. Oh, Ries slowed down. And he just came to a stop. Okay, so probably maybe a wise move there from Ries. But I imagine people are going to... yeah, people have to slow down. Now Rutman's has got caught up in it. As Paul Frere came across the line, he was the last to qualify. And so there's the result. So Sean Berra gets the 3 points. So well done to Sean Berra. Managing to, for the third race this season, he's on pole position. Jose Fron Gonzalez for the first time this season wins bonus points. And the final bonus point goes to Ken Wharton. For the second time this season has scored bonus points in third. So before we get to the F1 race, we have to first of all do the F2 reverse grid race. So here we are for the reverse race around the oval track. It's the F2 race with Willie Heeks on pole and Des Pur in second place, since they were the 2 slowest drivers. The championship leader, Luigi Villaresi, got pole position for the main race, so thus will start at the back, with his championship rival, Pierre Taruffi, who is only 6 points behind, starting further up in 5th. What will happen in this 50km reverse race? I don't know. Let's just get in and find out. So we'll lock on to Willie Heeks since he is on pole. And we're off, and not a good start there for Willie Heeks, but a good start from Jim McGrath. Of course, Jim McGrath, who's currently third in the championship, and look at that, he's already gone and taken the lead of the race. As Dennis Poor going to the outside to try and see he can take the lead of the race. And being how quick this track is, let's get the Formula car to the pits quickly. As Jim McGrath putting the pressure on Dennis Poor to try and take the lead of the race. But Dennis Poor is staying ahead. We got Willie Heeks still in third. We got Maurice Trintignant 4th, Pierre Taruffi 5th, Hans Stuck 6th. And we've got the board is a little bit wrong, and thus we've got... Oh, that's the wrong button. Let's see, we have a bit of an issue further back. I'm going to... Yeah, we have problems. Andrew Simon and Amber, I'm thinking they've must have fallen off the track. So I'm guessing Andrew Simon and Brown are going to be DNFing this race. So we're down to 8 drivers already. So with 2 drivers out of the race already, one of them, in fact, no, Maurice Trintignant is in second. So Andrew Simon is out, and I've already forgotten who else it is that's out of the race. Oh, Alan Brown, that's what it is. As Luigi Villaresti makes his way to 7th in the fastest lap, going to Maurice Trintignant, who is currently... No, Sam Hanks is now the fastest man. It's my mistake. So Sam Hanks is up into 5th. It is very, very tightly packed. Luigi Villaresti, interestingly, is still at the back of the field. But he's still starting to get past the 2 West German drivers who are ahead of him in 7th and 5th place. It's Hans Stuck doing very well this race. As I say, Luigi Villaresti making his way into 7th place. Now coming down to the start finish line. Will anyone get the fastest lap of this here? No, it doesn't look like it. No one getting the fastest lap. Either that or it's the wrong corner I'm looking at. And it was the wrong corner I'm looking at. Now Pierre Taruffi takes the lead of the race, but no one getting the fastest lap. Jim McGrath in a tussle with Pierre Taruffi for the lead. It's Maurice Trintignant trying to get in the action. The gap between 1st and 8th is still just under a second. And now Luigi Villaresti, the championship leader, is saying the fastest lap as he's making his way into 5th place. But he's trying to chase down Dennis Poor and Trintignant. And as I say, Hans Stuck is not giving up 5th place that easily. The West German driver showing why this track has been his best result so far by pushing hard. Jim McGrath now takes back the lead ahead of Taruffi. Dennis Poor is there in 3rd as Trintignant sitting in 4th place, followed by Villaresti, Stuck, Sam Hanks and Willie Heeks at the back of the field that's remaining in the race. And look at that, I think Luigi Villaresti's Villaresti, I think he must have crashed. Yep, Villaresti's crashed, and that is Villaresti out of the race. And now I say that Pierre Taruffi, the other Italian driver, in trouble. Pierre Taruffi going for a massive spin, colliding with Hans Stuck and slowing down Trintignant and Heeks. And I think that is it for Pierre Taruffi. And now is everyone coming into the pits? Well, McGrath's in the pits, Hans Stuck is now in the pits. But it looks like we're down to 6 people. So Dennis Poor leads, Sam Hanks in 2nd, Willie Heeks up into 3rd, Jim McGrath 4th, Hans Stuck is coming out of the pits in 5th, Trintignant, the last of the runners so far, in 6th. So just like that, we've gone from 10 drivers down to 8, now we're down to 6. But Taruffi had a massive, that was a big impact there from from Pierre Taruffi. And with the championship lead out of the running as well, that's going to help Jim McGrath. In fact, yeah, it will help Jim McGrath quite handsomely. Dennis Poor coming to the pits, Sam Hanks is now coming to the pits. Jim McGrath staying out. If Jim McGrath wins this race, then he will tie for the lead over the championship leader coming into the main race. As we're now to lap 8, and is Jim McGrath going to come ahead, or will he drop behind? And the answer is Jim McGrath is going to be behind the leader, that is Dennis Poor. There's Hans Stuck in 4th, right behind Sam Hanks in 3rd. Maurice Trintignant's going to come out ahead of Willie Heeks into 5th place. Well, here they come to start the final lap now. And here we go, starting the final lap. 12 thousandths of a second separating their lap times. That is how close this is going to be. This is going to be a dramatic finish between these 2 drivers. The question is, who will come out on top? Jim McGrath now sticks his nose in to take back the lead. But can he hold it? Will Dennis Poor be able to get it back? Right at the end, it's going to come down to a full finish. And it looks like Dennis Poor might be able to stick his nose out. He's on the inside. But Jim McGrath is not going to give up that easily. And coming across the line, this Jim McGrath just sticking his nose on the inside. And it looks like Jim McGrath is just about going to take his second win of the season. Jim McGrath just barely This just barely getting his nose forward to take his second win of the season. Dennis Poole himself a second. Sam Hanks, another podium for him in third. Hanstuck getting his best finish of the season in fourth. Maurice Trintignant is fifth, and Willie Heeks will be last to finish in sixth position. So here we are for the main race in the F2 race, with the grid now back to normal, with Villarissi on pole and Andrew Simon in second place. And then we have Hanks and Trintignant on the second row. Jim McGrath now tying in points with Villarissi, however he is starting in 8th. And of course Villarissi and Andrew Simon retired from this race. Will they be able to redeem themselves, and can Andrew Simon continue to get some good points, maybe put them into contention into the second half of the season? And can Villarissi finish the race and hopefully stay ahead of Jim McGrath to make sure he's ahead of him on points, not just in the fact he's won one extra race comparison to McGrath? Well, let's find out. Let's start this race. We'll focus on Villarissi. And here we go. 23 laps around the oval track. It's a really good start from Villarissi. Already put a nice gap on Andrew Simon. As Trintignant Hanks trying to get himself involved. We need to put the guy back to the pits already, just because he is on a very short track. As Villarissi leads, Andrew Simon second, Trintignant second, Simon third, and Hanks in fourth. Will everyone make it past the first lap safely this time? It looks like Trintignant sneaking his way to the lead of the race, getting ahead of Villarissi. So it's France in first, it's Italy second, and France in third. First, second, and third. No. Both French drivers in the top three. That's what I was meant to say, though I just lost my train of thought. Here they are coming to finish lap 1 of the race already, and it's Trintignant getting ahead of Villarissi as Andrew Simon going to the outside under pressure of Taruffi and Brown. But at least everyone made past the first lap this time round, because we had two drivers that didn't complete the first lap. Those were Villarissi and Simon, are the two guys at the back of the reverse grid because they were on the front row for the main race. So it's both French and both Italians in the top 4 now. It's Brown's 5th, Hanks 6th, Hanstuck 7th, McGrath in 8th, Dennis Poole 9th, and Willie Heeks at the back of the field in 10th. In fact, it looks like Willie Heeks has already lost contact with Dennis Poole, and that's what will be able to get the slipstream to keep up with the 9 remaining drivers. Was there a problem there? No. Thought someone had already ruined their engine, but I guess I was mistaken. And it looks like in the fast lap of the race is Alan Brown, who is currently in 3rd place ahead of Sam Hanks, as Andrew Simon dropping down to 5th, and Taruffi down in 6th place. As they're now coming around to start the 4th lap of 23. And anyone's in the fastest lap? Yes, it is Piero Taruffi's in the fastest lap, and he is... Where is Taruffi? He is currently sitting in 5th position. If we go on board Piero Taruffi, there's Hanks, Trintignant, Brown, and his teammate Villarissi. And they're making his way past Sam Hanks, going into the inside as Trintignant's trying to do the same to get ahead of Villarissi. Now Taruffi's just trying to get the slipstream off the drivers ahead of him. In fact, he is seems to be struggling to keep up with those ahead of him. And in fact, Jim McGrath is also having the same issue. He seems to be struggling to catch up to everyone. Now Jim McGrath is tying points with Villarissi, and right now Villarissi is in 3rd, and he's only down in 9th as he is shaky a little bit. As Dennis Poole now sets the fastest lap of the race, a 51.1. And he is currently in 7th place under pressure from Andrew Simon now. And have we had someone come off the have we had a crash? No, everyone's still there. Never mind, I thought someone's gone off the track, calling the board to freak out, but nope, I've been mistaken. It's Piero Taruffi now drops to 6th. He's trying to get past. He's actually got one driver from each country. He's got West Germany, America, Britain, Italy, and France ahead of him. So yeah, they got top 5 from different countries and the bottom 5 from different countries. An interesting spectacle we're seeing here. But it looks like Trintignant is currently the driver at the front at the moment. Villaressi second, Brown is now third, Rufy down to struggling down in fifth with McGrath. At the back, still at the back of the pack, trying to get past the drivers ahead of him. He just seems to be unable to do it. And Andrew Simon that sets the fastest lap. It is a 51.152, and Simon is currently now in 5th position. It's Jim McGrath. Yeah, he is really struggling to keep up with those ahead of him. And meanwhile, oh, we've got a problem. We've had a driver go off. Oh, Hans Stuck has gone off the track. Okay, so Hans Stuck has gone off the track. So Hans Stuck is our first DNF of the race. I mean, he did so well to finish 4th for West Germany, which is West Germany's best ever finish of the season so far. And now he's going to DNF this race. So that's a shame for Hans Stuck right there. And nope, looks like everyone is safely. No, in fact, no, we've got someone going off. No, Dennis Poor is now gone off. Oh, Dennis Poor won. Did Dennis Poor finish the first race? If I try and find the leaderboard, try and not make a mess of it. No, he was. Yeah, he came second in the reverse race, and he's going to DNF this race. That is really unfortunate for him. I'll go on board with Andrew Simon, who's at the back of this train of 7 that's left in the race. And oh, I say that Andrew Simon's gone off the track, so that is Andrew Simon out of the race. So that is a double DNF for Andrew Simon. But at least luckily for him, he did get 2 bonus points for qualifying second, so that's his only saving grace in this. Sam Hanks going to the inside of his teammate Jim McGrath, who's in 5th. There's Pierre Taruffi and Brown, Villaressi and Trintignant, the other drivers left remaining in this race. And Sam Hanks getting past Taruffi and McGrath, and Sam Hanks going to the far to the left, and now Hanks is gone off the track, and that is Hanks out of the race now. No, that's not good. And now we've had a major crash. I looked away for 1 second, and yeah, cars have gone everywhere. And Villaressi is into the wall, and Villaressi is out of the race. And now we've got 2 drivers ahead, and we've got Brown and Trintignant, who are both going really slow. Okay, I'll get a replay on that just to figure out what happened. It's been a disastrous week for Villaressi. I think Villaressi could end up. Let's see what happened here. It looked like Trintignant lost it, bumped into Villaressi, then in turn bumped into Brown. The Trinity going to the inside. Yeah, oh, both drivers seem to have lost it simultaneously and gone to Villaressi. And that was a pretty unusual situation. Villaressi is stuck. Brown and Trintignant are really struggling, seem to have a problem with their car. Are they trying to... I mean, they're coming into the pits. But, oh my goodness, so that is Villaressi out of the race. So, double DNF for Villaressi in this track. That's been a disaster for him. So, there's McGrath in the pits, and Taruffi in the pits. Who's going to come out first? McGrath is going to come out first. Ahead of Pierre Taruffi. He's come out of the pit second, but it looks like McGrath's going to come out, and Alan Brown is retired from the race, the game says. So there goes Alan Brown. Oh no, that's Taruffi. Oh, they're right behind him. Oh wow, so Taruffi caught him. But it doesn't matter, Jim McGrath wins this race, just barely beating Taruffi. I thought Taruffi would be half a second behind, but no, I was wrong. And look at that, Trintignant managed to get ahead of McGrath, which means Trintignant is going to finish this race unlapped. So he will finish in the lead lap, but he's going to be 12 seconds off Willie Heeks, who is going to come round to get West Germany's best ever result in F2. So here goes Willie Heeks to come across the line to get his first ever podium and also West Germany's first ever podium in the F2 division of the Formulalympics. And there he goes across the line. Now here comes Maurice Trintignant to finish the race on the lead lap, who just barely took him right to the line to get past McGrath to unlap himself, and he's managed to go and do that. And there you have it. McGrath wins and takes the lead of the championship. Pierre Taruffi taking second, goes into second in the championship. Willie Heeks getting 15 points for himself. Must be absolutely delighted how lucky he's been. Maurice Trintignant did a decent job to finish the race unlapped and to get some decent points despite the amount of retirements. So with that bizarre race out of the way, we can only hope the F1 race will be just as exciting as we head over to it just now.
So on to the F1 grid for this race around the oval. It is Sean Barrett on pole position with Gonzalez in second place. Kate Warting in the final both point ahead of championship leader Scary in fourth. There's Ruttman and Farina on row 3, followed by Rui Fischer and Fritz Ries getting his best position of the season. Mansell de Graaf of your top 10. There's Chuck Stevenson and Chico Landi on row 6, followed by Hawthorne and the return of Paul Freire. Roger Lord and Tony Allman are on row 8, followed by Jan Vlietsman and Gino Bianco, and the last driver to qualify is Alberto Crespo, with both Eastern drivers and Van der Loo failing to qualify around the oval. So who's going to get the gold medal? Who's going to beat out Ascari? Can someone take the lead of the championship? We'll find out soon enough.
So here we are for the F1 race around the oval track, with Jean Barrett on pole position, with Gonzalez in the front row, and Ken Wharton getting the final bonus point in third, with Alberto Ascari being the championship leader in fourth, with the only driver that could possibly pass him in the championship is Giuseppe Farina starting in 6th place. So with that out of the way, it's time to get on with the race, as we will go on board with Jean Barrett, not the Formulalympic car, because that'd be a bad idea. And we are underway, and it looks like a pretty good start there from Bear, though everyone was quite slighted because everyone starts at an angle as they come down to the first car. And look at that, Ken Wharton making his way to second already. Now I need to get the Formula car back to the garage before hell breaks loose. Meanwhile, staying on board to the race leader Sean Barrett, Ken Wharton going to the outside to make an overtake. Now will everyone get past lap 1 safely? It looks like everyone will, indeed. So Barrett leads, Warren second, Gonzalez third, Ascari fourth, Ruttman fifth, Mansell sixth, Farina slips down to seventh, Rui Fischer eighth, Stevenson ninth, and Tullio de Graaf and Reed rounding up your top 10. The question is, who will get the fastest lap early on? Of course, no, you don't get any points for fastest lap, but it'd be interesting to see who gets the fastest lap regardless. As you see, a bit of a gap has opened up between 10th and 11th. And looking like everyone is still safely through the race. It's Mike Hawthorne. In fact, I think we've got a car gone off. Yes, we've gone off. And that is Tullio de Graaf and Reed's gone off the track, which means Tullio de Graaf and Reed is the first driver out of this race, and he was in 10th position. This is the second DNF he's had in the 4 races in his 5th appearance. Nora Mansell saying the fastest lap, and he is in 4th position. Meanwhile, Alberto Ascari is just getting past him to get into 4th. As we see Bianco currently at the back has pretty much lost contact with 17th place, which is Alberto Crespo. Mike Hawthorne now slipping his way into the lead of the race. Of course, Wharton is currently starting the championship. The highest position driver is that isn't from Team Italy, and in the nations table, Italy are 70 points ahead of second place in the United States of America. Speaking of the United States of America, Chuck Stevenson sets the fastest lap in 8th position. Meanwhile, Sean Barrett trying his best to keep Wharton and Gonzalez behind him. Meanwhile, Ascari down in 4th position. Meanwhile, his championship rival, which is his teammate, down in 5th position. Let's say that Alberto Ascari has gone off the track. Alberto Ascari, the championship leader, has gone off. So that means Alberto Ascari, for the second race in a row, has DNF. This opens the door wide open for Giuseppe Farina to take the lead of the championship because of that. So there's Jean-Bert leading, Wharton second, Ruttman is up into third. Gonzalez fourth, Hawthorne fifth, Farina sixth, Mansell seventh, and we've had a huge crash. Big crash. Troy Ruttman's has got a blown engine as well. Okay, let's get on board with Ruttman. Let's try and find out what happened here. Okay, here we go. There's Ruttman in third. He was currently sitting in third. Oh, got caught in the back of Joseph Fernando Gonzalez's car, and there goes his engine. Engine is ruined. Gonzalez seems to still be moving. So yeah, that is it. Okay, Gonzalez is still running, but he's got a badly damaged car. Oh no! Now Roger Lawrence and Tony Allman have got caught in all this. Now Flintsmith. I think they slowed down just to get around. Okay, let's try and go on board with Lawrence. Oh, this something happened to him. He was battling with the two West German drivers, that's Allman and Rees. Or did he just try and slow down just to avoid Ruttman? Okay, try and slow down. Paul Freire. Oh, he came to a stop because Fritz Rees was going to the inside. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Gonzalez seems to be really struggling. He's going to be passed by Landy, and here comes Fritz Rees to put West Germany into the top 10. Do West Germany some good in the nations table. Mike Hawthorne sets the fastest lap now at 48.2, as we're on lap 7 of 46. Here we go into the side view. There's Sean Barrow. This is Mike Hawthorne getting his nose out, and his teammates are going for a spin. Oh, what happened here? It's Hawthorne. Oh, Hawthorne's going to get collected, but he's collected Giuseppe Farina. And Farina's car is ruined. Oh, what a turn of events here. It looks like the teammates collided. We'll go on board with Ken Wharton. And there's Farina getting caught in this. He caught someone else as well. Oh, it's Chuck Stevenson he caught out. Okay, so Farina was already... yeah, okay, so that's 2 more retirements there. No, this is... So the top 3 drivers in the championship have retired, and for the second race in a row, Italy double DNFs, which means they're not going to be able to... get a win out of this anymore. So yeah, that is dramatic. Now Chuck Stevenson is the next highest rated driver. He is sitting in 4th in the championship. He is only 3 points behind Warren, so he could be make his way to 3rd. As we can see, the front runners now starting to lap the back markers, and we've got a mass. And this looks like Gonzalez has lost it. Yeah, that is Gonzalez. He's lost it, but he's managed to gain control of the car. But yeah, Gonzalez, you are not having a great race out there, and now his teammate Alberto Crespo's going into the top 10 now, so Argentina can still probably get a point. Here they go, there's Berger getting past Tony Allman. In fact, there is the wounded Gonzalez. Hopefully they'll be able to get past easily. No, Berger's right behind him. That's going to help out Hawthorne. No, Hawthorne's going to get stuck behind him as well. And back ahead is Hawthorne and Berra, calling the game to lag a little, but they call up that's Gino Bianco. I thought that was Cicciolanti, but no, Cicciolanti is 5th, but he's still in the lead lap. More importantly, Sean Bernard sets the fastest lap of 48.1 while calling the game to lag. Now, if you look at this, Sean Barrett's pulled up a gap on Hawthorne because Hawthorne is struggling to lap Gino Bianco for the 2nd time this race. That's the battle for 3rd still well heated as Mansell and Stevenson continue to battle. And now they're going to catch up to Rees and Allman, who are battling for 6th while trying to lap Gino Bianco. Roger Lawrence is slipstream with the leaders, so Roger Lawrence could probably cap himself up to make it a 3-way fight for 6. Pulls up a gap on Sean Berra. And there's Mansell now he's now put a gap on Stevenson, now trying to lap the 2 West German drivers going to the outside. Will he be able to get through safely? Chad Stevenson starting to catch up now. Oh, it's 3 wide coming out of turn 2. But it looks like Manson's finally got ahead of Reese and Allman. In fact, I believe we just had some drama. Fritz Reese has gone off the track, and now Fritz Reese is the next casualty of the race. Yeah, and now Alberto Crespo's now gone off the track. Okay, so Alberto Crespo's gone off, so that is it for Alberto Crespo. That's definitely going to make the that's definitely going to make the difference between keeping the lead and losing it. As Hawthorne comes into the pits from the lead of the race, and here comes Sean Bear joining him. Now the question is, will Sean Bear, who will come out first, Hawthorne or Bear? And it looks like Sean Bear is going to lose. In fact, he's just going to lose out on getting past Mike Hawthorne for the race lead. As Chuck Stevenson now comes into the pits. And Robert Manson looks like he's going to stay out for another lap. Now, will that help him or not? And Chambera is 3 seconds behind Hawthorne, so he hasn't really gained much out of putting on the same lap. But meanwhile, Chuck Stevenson managed to stay ahead of Robert Manson, who is yet to pit. There's Chico Landy 5th, staying out for another lap. And Jan Flintsmith's gone off. So here we go. Just the last corner left to go, and here comes Mike Hawthorne to win his first ever Formulolympic race. So here comes Mike Hawthorne to come across the line to take the United Kingdom's first ever F1 victory, with many more to come, I'm sure. Lauren finishes 7th. Sean Barrett gets his second podium finish of the season. Here comes Chuck Stevenson to come across the line to get his 4th podium of the season. He's had a second, and now he's got a third place finish. Robert Manson, a good performance for him to keep his car on the track, and he will finish 4th. So both French drivers in the top 4, but Sean Barrett's 2nd place will count to the nation's table. Chico Landi, another great performance for Brazil in 5th. Gino Bianco hangs on to 8th. Ray Fisher managed to stay classified in 9th, and Allman getting his best result for himself, and a really good result for West Germany in 6th. Of course, the other drivers who are retired from the race don't retire, so we'll just go back to the pits to get the final result. So here's the result here. 3 seconds separate Hawthorne and Berra, 14 seconds separate Stevenson from the win, and Robert Manson, the last driver to be on the lead lap. Chico Landy and Allman were 1 lap down, Laurent was 2 laps down, Bianco and Fisher were 4 laps down, and Joseph Gonzalez finished the race, but he finished 5 laps down, and thus Joseph Gonzalez will not be classified. So with that exciting weekend out of the way, let's go over to the F2 F1 Drivers Championships, and of course the all-important Nations Table.
And so on to the F1 standings. Thanks to both Italian drivers retiring for the 2nd race in a row, Chuck Stevenson's 3rd place finish puts him within striking distance of Ascari and Farina, with only 16 points separating him and Ascari. If Ascari was to DNF again and Chuck Stevenson was to get 2nd or better, then he would end up getting ahead of the Italian in the championship. Meanwhile, in the F2 standings, Jim McGrath takes the lead of the championship thanks to 3 first-place finishes in a row, his win at Le Mans and both wins in the reverse and main races in the oval, with a 13-point lead over 2nd place Pierre Taruffi. And as you can see, Rosia and Nida Meyer's names have lit up. That's because they no longer have enough points to catch up to the championship leader. Last but not least, the Nations Table, and with Italy DNFing once again, the United Kingdom's win reduces the gap between them and Italy by 48 points, with the United States sitting in 3rd place, only 7 points behind 2nd place, closely followed by France, who are only 7 points further back. So the top 4 are the only teams to have triple-figure points. Then followed by Switzerland in 5th, Brazil 6th thanks to Chico Landy's good result, Argentina in 7th, Belgium 8th, West Germany 9th, the Netherlands in 10th, and East Germany the last team and the only team still yet to score any points. So, what are my final thoughts? Well, I think overall this has probably been the most dramatic weekend we've had so far in the season of the Formulalympics. And of course, with Italy double DNF for the second race in a row, they must be getting anxious that their double DNS is giving the United States, the United Kingdom, and France a great opportunity to close in the gap, because remember, they came into this round with about a 70-point gap separating them in the nations table. Will Italy bounce back in the next round, or will they double DNF for a third race in a row? What can the United Kingdom, France, and the United States do in the next round? Can they reduce the gap even further? Well, I hope you tune in to find out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying the series as much as I am, and hopefully look forward to the next weekend.